how do you try to make sure that, Blackness and the experiences of Black people are both universal in their lesson, but also incredibly like specific? Because I know that there are little kids that read about, all the things that you talk about within this book and other books, and they feel like that's me, like that's exactly me, like I know what this feels like, I've been there, and I want to overcome it, or I want to do that, or I dream of these things. But there are kids that aren't Black that see these books and hopefully and honestly still take away similar things. So how do you navigate that? And do you feel like you have to be conscious of it, or it just comes with the nature of the way you write and the stories you tell?
I think that there's a beauty in honesty. And I think that when you're being honest, if you're truly being honest and you're working on a page and with your intention, then it will connect to the honesty in the person who is taking that art in. Right. If I am my true self, then your true self will recognize that, even if it is not the same as my true self. Right. I think it's in the specificity that we create universality. Right. It isn't in sort of this sort of broad milquetoast way of being like, if everything is vanilla, everyone will connect. No, no, no. If it's really specific, then everyone will sort of transport themselves into the story with their own sort of specific details, right? Or they'll acknowledge the story as different from them and figure out what universal truths still play out in their lives so that they can find themselves in the story. And it's all good. I think the other thing for me though, Marley, is I'm trying to figure out how to create the Black default. I'm trying, in the same way that we read books, and if the character's race isn't said, we default those characters to white. I want people to read my books and default my characters to Black in a way to normalize the fact that Black kids get to do everything. We get to do everything, right? Yeah. And so, and that's very important for me. And I ain't never had no little white kid come to me and tell me they felt the way, ever. If anything, they like, yo, it feels weird that every adult keeps asking me if it bothers them that the kid. You know what I mean? For the kids, they like, yo, a dope story is a dope story.